Okay, so you might have seen that recently Strava have announced a messaging function on their app. Just in case we didn't already have enough methods of communication via the internet, you can now send people messages on Strava. Or can you? I've decided to put this function to the test before making a video about it. I've seen lots of content about the actual function, but nobody actually tested it yet, so we're going to see how people react. Now, I have seen people talking about this function as if it's going to become the Tinder of the sport world, and people are going to be harassing each other by sending messages. I don't think that is the case, but I am an avid Strava user. This is my Strava profile. As you can see, I use the platform a lot. I've been a subscriber since, I think, around 2016. Strava haven't yet given me a verified tick, but I'm not going to hold it against them just yet. But I use Strava a lot, so this function is important to me, and I thought I'd give it a whirl. Now, my initial concern was, well, am I going to get bombarded with messages, or am I going to be able to bombard people with messages who don't even know me? The long story short, no, you can't. The minimum level of security for this function is that you have to follow somebody for them to message you. So if you don't follow anybody, then nobody can message you. The middle one is you've got to follow each other, and then the top tier of security is nobody can message you regardless of what the follow status is. So if you don't want to receive any messages on Strava, you can change the setting. If you only want to be able to message people who follow you, then you can enable the setting. It's not just like you can message Joe Jones for taking your KOM off you. It has to be a bit of a connection there already. But anyway, let's cut to it. I messaged some people. Now, I left my setting on the lowest setting, so if I follow a person, they can message me. Now, I only follow about 400 and something people, so that's not a huge amount of people in comparison to the Strava platform and the world, but I haven't received any messages, so other than the people that I've messaged. That's probably not a good test as to how well used this function is, but that's just my experience. But let's have a look at these people I've messaged. They might say harassed, but I say messaged. Now, first up is my mate Jono. Jono had been out for a ride, so I've only messaged people who I'd seen on that day in my newsfeed have been out for a ride or run or swim or something, so I had something to message them about. And I've tried to act like this is just a normal thing, like I'm just messaging them on Strava, because why wouldn't I message them on Strava? Now, I messaged Jono, I said, good ride, mate. Can I ride for Derby CC? Yeah, please. Jono's a team manager at Derby CC, and you can see there that he's read it and he's not replied. So he obviously thinks, stop trying to get in this team that you're not good enough to be in, but also he's probably thinking, why are you messaging me on Strava? Okay, no hard feelings, Jono. Next up, YouTuber Harry Palmer. Now, I do know Harry quite well, so he probably knew this was a bit of a joke, or I was sending him this message for a reason. I said, hey Harry, love the videos, keep up the good work, kiss, kiss, kiss. And Harry replies by saying, at least buy me a drink before hitting on me. And I said, yeah, you know this is for a video, don't you? But I got a response, got a reply. So Harry is half interested in Strava messaging. Thanks for playing along, Harry. My friend Mark, who I used to run with quite a lot before I got injured. Now, I said good running because he ran a 10-mile PB, but you're dead to me. Just to, you don't want to give somebody too much praise, do you? And he's replied, why are you messaging me on Strava? Now, Mark is a self-admitted bit of a technophobe, not a big social media user, so he's probably going to think this is a little bit weird, but I got a message back, didn't I? So he knows how to use the function, and he's obviously noticed that it works. Sorry, Mark, I didn't reply to you. Dan Smith, UK Bike Fit official. Right, so Dan and I, earlier this year, attempted a stupidly long gravel ride, and that is the route that I sent him, because in this message function, you can send routes and ask your friends if you want to go out for a ride. So I said, do you fancy a spin this weekend, Dan? And this is the ride that we didn't even finish. And he said, whoa, how did you message me? I, of course, said that it's because I'm a secret level above premium and it's links to how many KOMs you've got. Now, Dan didn't reply to that message, and I saw him a few days later, and he was pretty sure that it was rubbish.
Getting through my notifications, I was like, where's this message? So I was looking at WhatsApp and Facebook, and it's like, where's he? He hasn't messaged me. And I looked back through the notifications, like, Strava. I must have missed that news that Strava has introduced messaging.
Well, like I said, it's because I'm a tier above subscriber.
Yeah. You said because you've got so many KOMs, they've allowed access to the messaging service for you. And then I knew it was bollocks.
But that's quite cool, isn't it? Do you want to go out for a ride? Here's a route. Good function. Finally, George Fox, big name in the time trialing world. He always gets asked if his rides are on a road bike or a TT bike, so I just asked him, good ride, George, was that roadie or TT? And he left it a couple of days, but then George did reply saying, Hit both today. I've got clip-ons on the Argon E117, so trying to work on both positions. Thank you, George, for humouring me. I didn't actually care whether it was on a road bike or a TT bike, but you can see there, George is also acknowledging this as a function, and he's not said, oh, this is weird, why are you messaging me here? He's just replied to the message. So, a bit of a mixed bag there, really, isn't there? Now, what are my thoughts about Strava messaging as a thing? For me, there needs to be group messaging. The only reason I really use Facebook anymore is for messenger groups, is for, do you want to do a Zwift race tonight, guys? Or should we head out on the gravel bikes this weekend? Well, we're going on a trip, let's make a group so everybody can talk to each other. That sort of thing, that's the only real purpose. So if you can't have group chats on Strava, unless you're going out riding with one person, I don't see the purpose of that messaging function. Yes, you could say, oh, do you want to come out this weekend? Oh, I'll ask so-and-so as well, I'll ask so-and-so as well, but it's just too many steps. It's just so much easier in a group format, be it on WhatsApp or whatever else. I also quite like Strava as a public social media platform for exercise, training and racing, and I quite like commenting publicly on people's activities because I just like being able to see what they've done and then drop a comment on that. I don't think I would separately message somebody something about what they've done on Strava directly, because I wouldn't be saying anything negative. So why would I message them anyway? And if I'm saying something positive, why wouldn't I want it to be on their news feed so others can see that it's positive as well? I just don't really know why I would message somebody directly. Now, I do wonder if this is more of a stepping stone in Strava's ambitions to become more of a social media platform. I don't know, that's just my speculation. As a creator, I've often delved into uploading reel type content, as in Instagram Reel, YouTube Short, those sorts of videos, 10, 20, 30-second clips onto a Strava activity. That's quite hard because of the timescales. When you do an activity, unless you've got something ready to go on that activity then, well, there's no point adding it on the activity 2 or 3 days later when you've edited it. You need to have it there and then. And I have noticed that it does look good when you got an activity, and let's say I'm going for a run, I've got a little montage of me running, yeah, great, but Strava to me is more of a training platform than it is social media, but I do use it socially. So I wonder if this is part of a bigger step change for Strava. And I do also notice that Strava have recently had a new CEO, so whether that is going to mark a change of direction or not, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. I like that they have really restricted the messaging function in terms of you can't just message somebody randomly. The thing is about other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and so on, generally they're good, but there is the minority that ruin it for the majority, and I know some people might put some training content up and receive comments and messages about their body image or about their ability or about the performance or something, and I obviously don't enjoy that sort of feedback anyway. So I think Strava's a bit more of a safe place for that. Now, people, you've got to follow them for you to be able to receive a message from them. So if you do follow somebody who speaks to you in that way, you can unfollow them and they can't message you at all. And yeah, it feels a bit more like Strava are trying to protect their community, and to me that's what I value on there. I like that I can have a privacy zone. I like that I can take some data off if I want to. I like that I can keep things private if I want to, and I like that. I like that it's within your control, whereas posting things publicly on other platforms is once it's out there, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I'd love to hear from you guys and girls, so please do let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about Strava messaging? Is it good? Is it a flop? Would you use it? Drop me a message on Strava if you'd like to. See you later.